Hi guys, what we're going to do today for our word problem is draw pictures for 3 word problems. I'm not going to have you solve all of the parts of the word problem, but I want us to take a good look at how to draw these pictures because the pictures actually help you to solve the other parts of the problem. So what I want you to do is get yourself set up. On your whiteboards, the only thing you need to draw are my lines. So make sure you draw just 2 lines and give yourself 3 empty spaces to be able to draw a picture. Once you're ready with that, we'll begin. Let's take a look at our first problem. Lincoln had 7 marbles, then found 4 more marbles. So my question to you is, how many marbles does he have now? So what we're going to do is we're going to be nice and organized and we're going to draw these marbles. Now, we're going to use the 10 frame. Remember, in a 10 frame, you can only have 5 on top, 5 on the bottom. That's a really important part of this. So let's take a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's my 10 frame. Go ahead and draw that. Draw your 7, okay? Now, I want you to think about this. It's called a 10 frame for a reason. How many can I have in the 10 frame? You got it. We can only have 10. So I have an empty space here, here, and here. But I have 4 marbles that he bought, so I've got to actually draw 4 marbles. Am I going to squeeze them all into this box? The answer is no. I'm only going to fit in there what I can, and the extras are going on the outside. So check it out. I'm going to count as I draw them. And I'm going to use X's this time. You ready? So I'm going to draw the extras. 1, 2, 3, and then the extra one's going out here, 4. So you'll notice that my 10 frame is full. So I know I have 10 inside the 10 frame, and then I have 1 on the outside. 10 plus 1 more is, you guessed it, 11. So Lincoln has 11 marbles. That one's a pretty easy one to solve, right? Let's see if we can do the next one. So the next one says Lily had 7 marbles, bought some more. Now she has 9 marbles. So my question to you is, how many did she buy? Now, if you take a look, see this word sum? That word is going to turn into a number. We just don't know what it is. And that word sum is what we're trying to solve for. So, what are we going to draw first? Should we draw the 7 he had? Or the 9 that he had, the number 7 that she had, or the 9 that she has now? I think we're going to draw the 9 that she has now. So let's draw 9. We're going to do 5 on top, and then 4 on the bottom. And then we're going to put a box around it, okay? That 9 is our total. So if I want to find out what is the other part, because I know one of my parts is 7, to find out the other part, I have to do some subtracting. So I'm going to break them up into 2 parts. So I need to take out the 7. So I'm going to cross out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After you've crossed them out, box what you have left, and I think you're going to find that Lily had 2 that she bought. Do you see what I did? So I started with my total, which was she had 9 marbles now, and then I took out the part I knew, which was the 7. That left me with the other part, which is the 2, and that tells you how many she bought. So the word sum, I could actually fill in, Lily had 7 marbles, she bought 2 more, now she has 9, and that makes sense. Let's take a look at our last one. Amari had 8 marbles and lost some. Now guess how many he has? He has 4 left. How many did he lose? Well, let's take a look. Again, we're going to go ahead and draw 8. And you'll notice, again, my 10 frame. Here's my 10 frame. He lost some, but now he has 4. Okay? So if I know one of the parts is 4, again, I'm going to cross off 4 of them, put a box around what I have left, which gives me 4. So again, if Amari had 8 and lost 4, how many does he have left? He has 4 left. So what I want you to get from this is that there are ways to figure out an answer just by drawing a picture. And that picture is going to help you to do your number bond and your number sentence. For this section today, what we're going to do is just take a quick look at some patterns in numbers. And yesterday we did a little bit of this, so today we're just going to reinforce it a little bit. So let's take a look at our first number sentence. I have 5 plus 2. That's pretty easy, right? 5 plus 2 equals, yes, 7. So I'm going to put my answer there. And I can prove that, 5, 6, 7, right? Pretty easy. Now, what if I said to you 15 plus 2? Sometimes everyone is like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I can't do this problem. Well, let me show you the easy way to do this. If you know 5 plus 2 is 7, if we take a look at this, the only thing that changed was us adding a 10. So I'm going to bring that 10 over because my 5 plus 2 is still 7. That hasn't changed. So now it's 17. So 15 plus 2 equals 17. Let's look at the next one. 25 plus 2. Okay? What am I going to ask you first? That's right. What changed? So what did change? The tens. So again, my ones are still going to be 7. This time I have 2 tens. None over here. So now this is going to be 2 tens. So are you seeing the pattern? Because look at it. We have 5 plus 2, 15 plus 2, 25 plus 2. Now we have 35 plus 2. And you guessed it, if our numbers are 7, 17, 27, this is obviously going to be 37. Because this digit here is our tens. Over here we don't have anything in the tens. So that 3 is going to come right over, and then the 7 stays the same. And lastly, we have 45 plus 2. Now if I had just asked you 45 plus 2, you might think about it for a minute. But now that we've been doing this pattern, you can see that it's going to be 47. So what I want you to do is when you're doing your sprints, I want you to really look for patterns in numbers. And even when you're doing some regular addition, look for those patterns. Those patterns are what's going to help you solve these problems and solve them quickly. I hope you're ready for our lesson today. It's going to be the beginning of some really tricky work. So I want you to make sure that you stay with me. If you need to pause the video, pause it so that you completely understand. It moves pretty quickly, so today I'm going to be doing the beginning of it, and then tomorrow it's going to start getting just that much more tricky. So I need you to understand today's work first. So here we go. So I have a problem on the board here, 33 plus 6. Now, we can solve this a couple of different ways. The first way we're going to do it is I'm going to show you using my cubes, okay? So here's my 33, so I have 10, 20, 30, 30, and 3 is 33, okay? So I have my 33 cubes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 more cubes, and I'm going to actually attach them to my 3, okay? So if I was looking at this, I would have my 3 10 sticks and now my ones. And you'll notice that there's not 10 here, there's only how many? You guessed it, there's 9. So I have 30 plus 9 equals 39. Okay, so you can clearly see that. Now, what I want to do is I want to draw this. So we're going to draw this using our quick tens and some ones. So I'm going to draw 33 first. I'm going to actually draw it down here. So I have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. So there's my 33, okay? Now, I need to draw 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So in this row, let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or I could have done it like this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the better way. Okay? So now let's count it. 10, 20, 30. 30 plus 9 is 39. So we're pretty sure our answer is going to be 39. And you're thinking to yourself, Mrs. Parsons, I got this. I know how to do this. That's not the tricky part. Here comes the beginning of the tricky part. So what we want you to do is actually solve this using the number bond way. Now, follow me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number here, this 33, and I'm going to actually break that 33 down into tens and ones. And the way you do this is by looking at the tens digit, and then you look at the ones digit. But you need to stop and think, what does it mean? So I know that these are my tens right here. If I just drew like a little tens and ones frame right above it, just so you can see that, okay? These are my tens. Now, the tens aren't just three. It's 3 tens, so it's 10, 20, 30, okay? So I know my tens are 30, and my 3 ones are just that. There's 3. So I have 30 and 3. But listen to it. I've said this before. If you listen to the number, it says 33. 33. So you can hear it. You can almost break it down just by listening to yourself say it. Okay? Now, we have our number bond. What you now need to do, and this should look familiar to you, is we're going to actually circle these ones. We're going to connect them, because now we're going to come up with 2 number sentences, okay? The first one is 6 plus 3, which equals, and we've done it over here. Remember I said to you those pictures are going to help us. We did it here. 3 plus 6 we said was 9, okay? Now, we're not done. What we need to do now is to bring our tens down. So I'm going to have you circle your tens, bring it down here. And now you need to add it to your ones. So 30 plus 9 equals 39. Do you hear that? 30 plus 9 is 39, because this 9 takes over the place of the 0. So let's review that really quick. What you're going to do is make a number bond out of the number. You're going to make it into tens and ones. You can hear it by saying the number. You're then going to circle your ones. You're going to add your ones, which should be pretty easy for you. Then you bring your tens down, add it to your new ones, which are here, and you come up with your answer. And hopefully your answer matches the picture that you have. What do you think? I know, it's going to take some getting used to. So I want to show you what your work is for today, and let me know if you have any problems. So let's go over this really quick. So you're going to be on page 48 and 49 today. Page 48 is actually pretty simple, okay? It looks something like this. We're going to do together problem number 7. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong page. Problem number 3, okay? Now this is what problem 3 looks like. So what it did was it drew for you. What we're going to do is we're going to fill in our tens and ones frame, and then we're going to come up with a number sentence. So let's check it out. We know that we have 110. Would you agree? So I'm going to put a 1 in my 10 spot, and you can do the same. Now I need to count my ones. I look here and I say, oh, there's 2. So I'm going to start with 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 ones. Okay? Now, it wants to know, okay, I started with 12. How many did I add to it? Well, the part that was added to it are these X's. And if you count those X's up, you're going to notice that there are 6 of them. So 6 goes here, and we know 12 plus 6 equals 18. So not too bad, right? This part's pretty easy. This isn't the difficult part. Page 49 is where you're going to get a little tripped up, I think. Now what it wants you to do is it wants us to draw a picture. So we're going to draw some quick tens and ones, and we're going to solve it the number bond way. So we need to draw 21 to start, okay? So this is number 7. Let's do the quick tens and the ones for 21. So I know 21 is 2 tens. So I'm going to draw 2 10 sticks, just like this. And then I'm going to draw 1 dot, just like that. Now, I need to draw 9 more. Now this time I'm going to draw X's. So I want you to draw X's right above the dot, and you're going to draw 9 of them. So go ahead and do that while I do that here. Now, what we're going to do is we need to take a look, because I'm hoping that some of you noticed something. We've been practicing friends of 10. If I look at 9 and 1, I know 9 and 1 make 10. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm now going to take this here and I'm going to make that into another 10. Because now I don't have just 2 10s, I have a third 10, because I know that all of my ones together make a 10. So now, if I look at how many I have 10, 20, 30. So if I come over here to my 10s and 1s frame, I have 3 10s, but do I have any loose ones? No, I don't. There's no loose ones. So I'm pretty sure my answer is going to be 30. But what we need to do is we need to do it the number bond way. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about how we break down the number 21. So listen to it. 21. That's right. 20 on one side, 1 on the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 20 here and the 1 over here. Now I'm going to connect my 1s, because those are all 1s. And I'm going to come down and make my first number sentence. 9 plus 1, and you just told me, equals 10. Now what I have to do is bring on down this 20. So now I have 20 plus the new 10s, which is right here. 10 equals, well, how do we figure that out, right? Didn't we just do this? So, are the 1s changing? No, the 1s are staying the same because we're just adding a 10. So we know there's going to be a 0 there. And 2 plus 1 more equals 3. So my answer is 30. What I've done is I proved it by drawing it, then we filled in the 10s and 1s frame, and then we did it the number bond way. That's a complete answer, and that's what we're looking for. So make sure you really concentrate when you're doing your schoolwork, and then have someone send it into to your teacher, and then we're going to take a look at it. If you have any problems, let us know.